Welcome back to All Booked Up on Upper Michigan Today with Marty and Andrea from the Peter White Public Library. So we just wrapped up Anita Prose's The Mystery Guest, and now we're moving on to this one that you've got in your hands.
Yes.
Give it a break it down.
October's read is The Bright Hour by Nina Riggs. And it's a memoir about Nina's struggle with stage 4 breast cancer. It's a heartrending book, I'll warn you, but we're doing this in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which is in October. So I thought it was an important book that we could read to sort of bring that to light for people and maybe help them learn a little bit more.
And you said Nina is a poet.
She was a poet.
Was a poet.
She was a poet.
Yeah.
She was actually the great-granddaughter of Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Whoa.
Oh.
So you get a lot of history about her family and everything like that, and Emerson, and also her struggles with obviously her illness and how she deals with her 2 small children, because she has 2 small children at the same time.
God, her balls.
I told Andrea, I said on the Andrea Cry scale 1 to 5, you're probably getting a 4.5 to a 5 on
maybe
this.
even like a 6.
So it's a pretty serious. It sounds like it's a really poignant story.
It is. It is. I mean, trigger warnings. I mean, if you've dealt with people who've had breast cancer, lost loved ones to breast cancer, you know, be aware of that when you go into this, because it might be a little bit of a tough read.
Yeah.
So,
And it also might help in your healing process, though, too.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes hearing someone else's story, you do find some comfort in that.
And
as hard as it is.
And the last chapter that Nina writes, because you get a chapter and then you get an epilogue from her husband at the end.
Kill me.
And the last chapter is absolutely gorgeous. You could tell that Nina Riggs was a poet. Because it's just beautiful when she's talking about her kids at the end.
Yeah.
So,
And this is your pick.
this is my pick. So if people hate it, send it my way. You know, if you hate it, Elizabeth.
I don't think there's any way I'm going to hate this one.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But it's a really wonderful book. And if you want to be a part of a discussion too, we started this. I was telling Elizabeth and Tia about this earlier, but we just started an All Booked Up. We call it Can We Talk? Book club at the library. It usually meets the day before book club or the week of book club on that Tuesday. And we get together for an hour or so, talk about the book. I get questions from people. And I'm hoping to eventually convince some of the people who show up for this to come on air with us and talk about the book.
We would love that.
Well, that is something that we would love. If you're reading the books at home and if you have something you want to say, you know, you don't have to commit to coming onto the show every single time we're doing All Booked Up. But say you have something you really want to say, or you really connected to it, or you really hated it and you want to rant about it, get something off your chest about it, you should reach out to us, and we can absolutely be a part of our episodes and our discussions right here too.
Yeah, because Elizabeth's ranted at me about books that she hasn't liked.
I know. Well, listen, you always are going to know how I feel, right?
I know.
You get the honest truth from me.
I know. When I walk into the studio when we're doing it, I can tell almost immediately if
I'm
you've
like,
liked
Marty.
the book. Yeah, she's looking at me like, no. I don't think you're going to get that with this one.
I don't either. We were talking during the break that my mother had breast cancer, and so I think there's a lot of things that I'm certain are going to hit me. You know, my mother's a survivor though, so there's that piece of it that I hang on to tightly. But I have a feeling this will be an emotional roller coaster for me.
It will be an emotional roller coaster, I think, for anybody, but especially for people who've had loved ones that have dealt with it.
Yeah.
So.
And I think this is our first memoir.
No, we did When Breath Becomes Air, which was Paul Kalanithi, who had stage 4 lung cancer.
I guess maybe I've tried to push that away.
That was a 6 on a 5 scale too. So.
That was
a sob fest.
Yeah, and good audiobook. It's really it's a great audiobook too.
You know
That's
what?
how
I think I'm
listen
going to do this on.
I
was telling you, I'm in the middle of my own series, so it's hard sometimes to put that aside and do All Booked Up. So, but to be able to listen to one in the car is great to know.
And it's a really wonderful narrator, really great. So.
Wonderful. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to reading this and to also, you know, honoring Breast Cancer Awareness Month and highlighting that and putting a bit of emphasis there. So a lot we can do, and glad. I'm excited for this pick.
Okay,
I'm already
good.
going to say nice
Wow.
pick.
Oh, wow. I'm going to take that and fly with it for the next month, Elizabeth.
Please do. Because I don't know if you'll get it again. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Well, thanks for coming in today.
Thank you.
We have a full show today, so we're not playing any games or anything. We'll have to save that for another time. But we have a musician in the studio with us, Cam Amon, and he's been here before. He was on American Idol, and then he came up and did some fundraising, and now he's back, getting to ready to release some new songs. He's got a music video. Wow.
He's going to release a song for us. Sign up for Michigan Stay Here. So if you want to stick around, you should do it. You should definitely stick around. We have to take a commercial break, but we'll be back real soon.